he commented on one of my videos about I would live this way if I didn't have a job, and I said, quit your job, bro, trust. And then he DM'd me, hey Alex, I had some questions about your comment and how you got to the point of unemployment, and I thought I would answer this in video. I have a long answer. And then I said, oh yes, I love this topic, ask away. He said, so how did you go about it? I've been wanting to do things different. So how did you go about it? I've been wanting to do 2 things over the past 3 to 4 years now, and I just keep getting caught in planning and never feel like I have enough to start. I want to full-time live in a van, and I want to start my own tea business. Yes! Yes! I love to hear it. I fully support this, first of all. Second of all, what I would do is 2 things. 1, write down everything you hate about your job and why it's holding you back. 3 things, actually. So that's the first, and just list off all of, you have to you have to use psychology. What is that? I'm trying to think of the word. You have to convince yourself that this job is holding your you have to convince yourself that yes, this job is holding me back. So write down everything you dislike about your job and how it wastes your time. Basically, get yourself to hate it even more, because yeah, it'll make it easier for you to quit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to quit your job, and it's something you just have to do. And I had $2,000 saved up to my name when I decided to quit my job. And I never liked working. I worked at a place that I liked, and the people around me were fun, and I don't like being told what to do and to show up, blah blah blah. The only great thing about a job is it's 100% stable money. So what you're gonna have to do is reprogram your thoughts around money and where it comes from and how you can obtain it. Because yes, it can come from an employer, and yes, it can come from outside streams of your creativity and what you want to give. And everybody is constantly cycling money. It's one of the most abundant things. Currency is everything for every reason, and it's not hard to come across it. So remember that the amount of money you have right now doesn't necessarily matter, because if you're working a job, like, you have to have at least $1,000 or like $2,000, and that's all you need. And then also, what I realize is a lot of people I know that have just regular jobs, and they're not like a doctor or like a really high-paying like sales person, which, you know, you can do that entrepreneurially. But also, if you work for a company, like a job where you're making over $85,000 or $100,000 a year, it's just a regular wage job. You don't have money already anyways. You're paying for things and then it's all gone, even though you're working 40 hours a week. So what if you had some money and then you had an extra 40 hours a week to work on what you're doing, and you treat that like your job and it pays off? So my story, a little bit about how I decided to make this happen for myself, is when I was 19, I was living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was not surrounding myself around people that were necessarily in alignment with what I wanted to do in my life at that time, and I was still working my job, and I had $2,000, and I decided I'm quitting this job and I'm moving to Arizona, and I don't know anybody there, and I'm going to start a new life. And so what I did is I put myself in a position where I was surrounded by more entrepreneurship and in an environment where that is more encouraged and normal. I was already working on things I was passionate about, though. I really started getting into film and music and photography and customizing clothes when I was 18, and I was already still doing those things while I was working my job. I was only working 20 hours a week, so I kind of had a little bit experience with freelance and how to go about marketing on the internet and posting and networking, mostly like going to events in person and talking to people about what I do, or like showing up in whatever ways I could, because I liked that scene. I still do, and I enjoyed going to work, I guess, because my job was making graphic design for album covers and getting booked for film photography, photo shoots and video shoots and editing music videos, and yeah, and I was like doing it for fun, but I was also charging people for my work, obviously. So then when I moved to Arizona with my $2,000, I spent, I think, $700 on my first month of rent, and I spent like $53 on a flight, and I checked a bag, so that was like another $50. And then I had budgeted $200 for groceries for my first month, and then I moved out there. Yeah, and then I just kept doing what I was doing, and I just kept putting myself out there and meeting people and getting money in different ways. And yeah, I say for van life, if you want to do van life, that's way more inexpensive too. Like, I'm talking about like your biggest bill to pay right now is most likely your rent. And if you want to do van life, then it's even easier to quit your job, and it's even easier to like not be spending that much money, and then you can make more, the same amount of money, and then you'll be spending less, or you can get by with less money because you're paying for your car insurance, your phone bill, and gas, and maybe like food here and there. But gas you can even get for free if you go to the gas station and you just ask people, hey, I'm traveling, like, would you be able to help me pay for gas? You can fucking sit outside a nice neighborhood and play some music with a option for them to give you a tip. A lot of my friends do that, and they make really fucking good money, like $100 an hour sometimes. And yeah, there's just, people appreciate your vibrance. And you have to remember too that the better we are inside and like more relaxed, I guess not necessarily, but like the more that we're in alignment with like what we're really supposed to be doing, everything works out, everything comes together, and it all makes so much sense, and it's easy. And then the next point I want to make is get people who are in support of that. So many fucking people like are gonna be like, oh my god, bro, you can't quit your job, no, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make money? Like, what are you gonna do? And they're gonna make it sound like this whole fucking catastrophe, when in reality, that's the fucking way, because you know your job is keeping you stuck in a cycle and you are locked up inside while the sun is shining bright and you just want to hang out with your friends all day. So go get some people that are also unemployed that are actually doing well in their lives and hang out with them more, and then hang out with people that are making more money than you, and hang out with people that you have the most fun with, because the happier we can be, it's just it all is together. So the money is in alignment with how you treat yourself, how you speak, how you think, what you make, what you want, and it's an energy. So like, don't fucking worry about the money. Just quit your job, just do it. Literally, you just have to not show up. Or if you want to be nice about it, give them the little notice and be like, hi, this isn't working out for me. You do not owe your life to your boss and the coworkers you work with. Like, those people don't even fucking care about you. They might, and I'm not saying like every job is bad, because if you love your job, this video is not for you. I'm happy for you that you're finding joy in your life in that way, but this is for the people who are uncomfortable and feeling like this is the wrong thing for them to do, is keeping their job, and the correct thing for them to do is to break out of that, and they're just not really sure how. This is just a push saying that it's all in your hands and it's all up to you. It's 100,000,000,000,000,000% your decision to choose freedom, and just try it out. Also, that's another thing, like, oh my god, I can't get another job. Getting a job is like the easiest fucking thing to do, especially in like today's job market. It's so easy to get a job. You can literally walk in any place and I guarantee they're probably hiring like at some like retail shop if you really need, unless you have like a really good job, but then whatever, you have that as a reference to get another really good job. So maybe just be like, okay, I got like $1,000 or like a couple $1,000, I'm gonna quit my job for a month, and no, 6 months. I'm just gonna quit my job for 6 months and then I'll get another job. And you're gonna quit your job and you're gonna have the best time of your life, and 3 months into that, you're gonna be like, I am never fucking getting a job again. And it's fine if you do get a job again, but you're gonna find your flow and feel the freedom of not having to set an alarm, and just like, you ever really want to go to this really fun thing, but you have to work? Imagine being able to go every single time, and then choosing to go where you want to go when it comes to van life. Even better, choosing, I want to go to Arizona, or I want to go to Asheville, North Carolina right now, and I'm in Arizona. I can drive there. You know, if I want to take it slow, maybe it'll take me a week, 10 days, maybe a month, if I really want to just like do my journey, and then, you know, go have fun and just quit your job, please. You can do it. It's not that hard, I promise. It's not that hard at all. It's like so easy. Why do you feel like you're binded to it? Why do you feel stuck in that you're like attached to it? What is attaching you to this job? Is it your boss manipulating you, saying that they need you, or that they're promising you something more? Are you feeling like this is your responsibility and this is your duty to serve this place? What seriously is keeping you there? Figure it out. Or quit your job, and maybe that'll help you figure it out, because hindsight sometimes is all we need, and sometimes when you're in it, you don't know if it's the right like, you can't really see both sides, I should say. You can't see both sides until you leave, and then you're like, wow, that really like wasn't that great for me. And then also feeling ready. You will never feel ready to do anything. This goes for pretty much everything in life. You just have to do it, and you'll figure it out as you go. We as humans think we need this whole extravagant, elaborate plan about how we're gonna execute this perfectly and when's the right moment, and we're constantly waiting for the feeling of, okay, I'm ready to do it. And you just have to dive in.